April's Fool. April's Fool is my topic for today's assembly. And that fool is one who forgets the beauty of curiosity. The one who forgets the flexibilities of thoughts. And the humility of saying, maybe I'm wrong, In a world that constantly evolves, that changes, that expands, the most dangerous mind is the one that stops to learn or is hard to take correction. So today, for the very first time as groups and as entrepreneurs from all over the world, we are going to take correction together. And we are going to admit, maybe we were wrong. So as not to be an April's fool. Gentlemen and ladies, and entrepreneurs from all over the world, I want you to know this. First, knowledge is not the throne that you climb on. It's a ladder that you continue climbing. And the moment you think you've reached the top is the moment you fall off that ladder. Every business leaders in this room, potential leaders in this room, listen to me and listen to me well. Please do not look at who's into you. Even what is coming out of my mouth is striking my heart. So I still do not know where these words are coming from. So hear me and hear me well. I'm going to break down my conversations to leaders. I also address followers as well. But you will find your place. And remember, don't listen for anybody. Just take all the correction in for the first time in your life. Take it in. Because the almighty Albert Einstein also said that the more I learn, the more I realize I'm what I don't know. A whole Albert Einstein. That's wisdom. He has chosen curiosity over confidence and wonders over pride. So, humble yourself, drop the portfolio, drop everything, because let's try something. Let me show you something. This topic means it's April's Fool when you know it all. But let's try this. Work with me, right? Close your eyes. Everybody, put your face close to your screen and close your eye. Right now, close it. Everyone. Now, I want you to do something. While your eyes is closed, I want you to look at the mirror. Yes, while your eyes is closed, look at the mirror. And I want you to see yourself and describe how you look while your eyes is closed. Yes, keep doing it. It's going to take a while. Try remembering how you look in front of the mirror. Open your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Open it. You realize that we even have to look at the mirror to remind ourselves of how we look. You know that even you, that you are supposed to know yourself that much, you realize that you don't even know yourself that much? You realize that even when your eyes was closed, you couldn't really, you're trying to form out your face, your nose, you couldn't really do it. You needed the mirror to remind you of you. If you don't know yourself enough, then what makes you think you know everything? You better drop everything and let's get into this topic right now. You better come into this topic with a humble heart, because even you, the most familiar thing to you, which is you, if you don't know yourself that much, then you cannot know everything. We have made many mistakes. I have made many mistakes. Well, we felt we knew it all, and some of it was too late. Now, so this lesson, we take an open mind. Like I said, this bullet is going to come left and right, and it's piercing everyone. It will pierce me, pierce you. And if you are not pierced at the end of this session, you are my April's Fool. I'm looking for that person, because you will find yourself in that place. You will find yourself. We all have been fools in our life, in business, in family, leadership, while we were old, while we were young. Even as of today, we are still foolish. And even while we were young, some of us are blessed with wise people with us. But we do not appreciate those wisdom. So even while we were young, I made a lot of foolish things. When I was thinking about today's topic, and I'm like, let me remember some of my foolish things where I thought I knew it all. And I had too many stories. I didn't even know which one I can tell you. Too many stories. But today is not a straight day of story, because there's too many things I need to cover here with you guys. But just to touch on this aspect, I remember one of my April foolish moments. My early 20s, at a very young stage of my life, I made money. And the very first car I bought was a Nissan Stedex 12-cylinder, a sports car. And I remember when I went to fetch that car with my friend, and we went to, this is abroad, right? And the man said, no, why would you get this car as your first car? This car is going to kill you. Oh, I was foolish. And that is how we look at the counsel of people, especially when they are not sophisticated or rich. See, the power of wisdom is that even the poor can make you rich. That is what some people do not understand. Somehow we feel like the person who should advise us has to be richer than us or be more sophisticated than us. We forget that some poor people are richer than wealthy people in wisdom. And poverty is the price they paid for that wisdom. You wonder how come this person is so wise? Oh, the reason why he's poor is the reason why he became so wise. So don't think that every poor man has nothing to follow. The way I did with that man that day. What would this man tell us? Person who have a car is telling us that I bought a car that will kill us. He's jealous. Yeah, my friend say he's jealous. Says leading us. I bought his dead deck, soft cylinder. Boom. By the time I press boom, like it's going like it's saying that. What does it mean? That should never be my first car. Lo and behold, the car almost killed me. That car did not stay 1 week. 1 week. It didn't spend 1 week. I'm talking about, do you know what a 12-cylinder? Do you know sport cars, those racing cars? I'm sure David and Rico know what I'm talking about. A ZX 12-cylinder. It's like you just bought a fuck car and looked at it. That's the thing. What happened? It didn't stay a week. The speed, because that car you can't drive it normally. But to do like this is like this. That was what he was trying to tell me. And all I saw was that this leader is jealous. I didn't know I was the April's fool. The one that I thought that they were pranking me, not knowing I was pranking myself. We had a very terrible accident. That same friend, God knew that guy too was a co-foolish idiot, a co-foolish pilot. He was the one I even suffered most. Maybe because he was the one laughing when I was insulting that man. I don't know, maybe it's God's grace that saved me. He flew out of the windscreen, the windshield, his nose, that was the day I realized how people die in car accidents. Because our cell phone was like 6 traffic lights away. Like, how can a cell phone be that far? Everything was scattered, everything. Do you know what actually happened? I don't think I should be telling you this story. Maybe I could still get arrested for that story. Yes, you know why? We ran away and left the car there. The accident was so bad that if the metro cops found us there, they were going to arrest us. Guess who we called? The same elder that had warned us. It was one that rushed and fetched us and said, you know what, tell me people will come and impound the car. Just run away because we have crashed about maybe 3 traffic lights on the road. We've been fools. We've made foolish decisions. But why am I referring to that story? I can bet you I was so sure I knew it all that day. I was so sure. What does it mean this should be maybe my first car I can drive? What is a car? This man is just jealous. I could not find wisdom in what he said. Start small. Get a small car. Get used to driving before you buy such a big car. I didn't understand that. And I paid the price. That is some young, foolish decisions. I've got some old ones, some leadership ones. And I will share some attributes so that you can run with me as we run with time. When you think you know it all, you're a priest fool. You've seen it all, you've learned it all, you've mastered it. You've left no room for new knowledge or perspective. You are a priest fool. When you reject corrections, you are a priest fool. You know, some of us, we're just too defensive. I know it could be our upbringing, I know it could be our lifestyle. We are so defensive to an extent that it has set into even our business, it has set into our life that when anybody says anything, there's a block. You just want to block it. There's no room for future. Entrepreneurs from all over the world. I climb stages all over the world to speak. When I step down from that stage, it depends on which team member is with me. Ask any of my team member. I will ask them, what's your feedback? If there's no team member with me, ask even my driver or a security guard, what's your feedback? My own policemen have become entrepreneurial genius because when they listen to my speech, they give me feedback. They know I'm going to ask them after that. Some people can't take that correction. Some people cannot go from a high stage and then come down to your cleaner and say, what's your feedback? It takes another form of humility. Work with me here. Work with me here. Another attribute is when you are a slave to experience. I'm guilty of this one. That's why I said that my words were already striking me. You know, when I speak, my own topics are inspiration from above. So when the words were just coming, I'm like, wow, slave of experience, that's me. I like falling back to experience. Yes, experience is the best teacher, but experience is not always the teacher. Be careful. Somebody can come from out of the blue and bring you another perspective. Be open to it. We always rely solely on our past victories, our past mistakes, and it makes us fall into outdated methods in an evolving world. Be careful. So sometimes, like I always say, experience. You know, we did it like this, we did it like this, we did it like this. I must be careful. I'm talking to you remember I said I will speak to myself now, I will ignore you. I must be careful. And let me just pass it to you as well. You must be careful not to fall under the curse of experience. Because the same experience that is a blessing can be a curse to you if you are not careful. You just want to be in that formality. You want to rely on that past victory in that same way. Meanwhile, there are better ways. So you must know how to measure it. And it's not that you can take away your experience, but allow a new experience. Then measure it with your old experience. It will now show you which of the ways to go. Another attribute is that some of us, we overestimate our wisdom. Yes. When you overestimate your brilliance and your confidence now becomes too much competence, you start confusing your volume with value. Be careful. Be careful. You know so much, and that comes from also experience. You are the genius in this thing. You are the best. That wisdom is there. And then we believe we know it all. See, I think it was in 1864, during the American Civil War, Major General John Sedgwick, one of the most celebrated battle rangers in America, gone to several wars, several battles, was a man of war and a man of medals. They have celebrated him with so many things. Man of wisdom, he knows the valleys, he knows the hills, he knows every battleground, he knows every machine, armory and tankers, he knows every half-plane when it comes to weapons. He has controlled from the GPMG, the General Purpose Machine Gun, to the GM14s, to the M16s. He knows these weapons. He has been to many battles. He has conquered many. Gone into many desert devil's bush camp. He has won many endurance camps. A general, major general, respected in the army. Major General John's battalion started rushing and hiding when they were hearing the sound of gunshots. And Major General Jones laughed at them and is like, from that distance, when you know war, you can even from the sound of bullets, you can tell the distance. And he said that from that distance, cannot even kill an elephant, can never aim at an elephant. Entrepreneurs from all over the world, it's on record that was the last word of Major General John Sedgwick on earth. People around him were shocked. This is a man that has gone to many battles, and I'm sure you've watched some movies like that this warrior has done many things, and one small thing will just kill him. A sniper took him out like that, right in his eyes. Bullet went in off. Everybody was even shocked that, is this how this man will die? Just like that? Wisdom. Over confidence in his wisdom was not what made that man forget that even in that jungle, there could be snipers. So yes, his assumptions of the sound of those bullets, the AK-47s were right, but you will never hear the sound of a sniper. I wish you could understand what I'm saying. Take it to another realm. You might understand and hear the sound of the AK-47s around your business that you are used to, but you will never hear the sound of the sniper that you're not used to. Be careful. Be very, very careful. When you lead without listening, that's another attribute. You speak more than you hear. Be very careful. You've been an April fool. I was now evaluating myself. This is true. I like interrupting. But I always ask for opinion. But why do I interrupt? Allow them finish. Allow them finish. So I'm talking to you as well. Allow people finish. Allow them. When you stop learning, some of you have no current mentor. You don't attend any form of training. You don't read any book. If there's a source where you can get knowledge from constantly, especially unpurified and unpredicted knowledge, when you're getting it raw, don't miss it for anything. Because you do not know which one will come and liberate you. You don't know. Today's topic is going to be very piercing. If you are not pierced yet, you are not listening to me. Or you have not searched yourself. Or you are so hard inside that if these words do not break you, I don't know what will handle you. I don't. Another attribute is some people you like to undervalue others. You disregard the opinions of people. What would this one teach me? What does he know? Go ask my team. My most favorite line is, what do you think? Go and ask anybody working with me. I would ask them, what do you think? Even when they make mistake, I will go and ask them. I'll ask them why. Just to get an opinion of why even did you make this blunder. Some of us, another attribute is we cling to familiarity. We fear innovation. We stick with what we are comfortable with. Some of you are leaders. You hear there are some tools, but I don't know if it's demonic or I don't know what could be holding you from learning those tools. There's some things that you will need as a leader, some instruments, but you are okay with the Excel that you know. Some of you don't even know Excel. You got to help you. You're okay with the archaic Microsoft Word that you know. You will hear some ignorant, irritating statement, I know how to use CapCut. That's the only one. This is the software that I know. And then you want to stay with it till you die. Comfortable with what you know. You want to cling to familiarity, the fear of learning new things. That's an attribute of a fool. And some of us, we just want to operate with ego. Yes. What make decisions with pride? It's me. So what would anybody tell me? That's April Fool. Leaders, those ones were for you. Search yourself among that I have said. Anybody can teach you wisdom. God has surrounded you with people that you need to pay attentive to. Be very careful, especially knowing that He can speak through anything and anyone to you. That spirit of knowing too much or know it all, that spirit that you can never be corrected, or you feel like your opinion is always right. Be very careful. I'm guilty of it. And thank God, I surrender. I change for the better. It's our year of leading. I give up all those pride and ego. I surrender to get wisdom. I see Christian as well is surrendering with me. Yes, you can do that. I surrender. I let go of it. And let me speak to you followers as well, as focused leaders. The first attribute you must know is some of you that think you know more than your leader. Oh, you are a fool. You are a fool. Many followers, many employees actually believe silently that they know better than who is leading them. Be very careful. You are under a curse of foolishness. He won't have employed you you should have employed him if you knew any better. So be very careful. That mindset blocks humility, learning, and most importantly, it blocks your growth. It blocks your growth. And you know the painful thing? About 5 years ago, I released the quote. I said, some of you are trying to drown who taught you how to swim. Abba now, be careful. How on earth do you think you'll be able to do that? The person that taught you how to swim, you want to kill yourself. He knows the ocean more than you do. He understands the river more than you do. He only taught you strokes. Maybe he didn't teach you how to breathe underwater. Maybe you never heard that before. Be very careful. Another attribute is that you refuse correction or mentorship. And you must know that followers that cannot be corrected will become leaders that can never be followed. So, if you are blaming your president, you are blaming your governor, you better check your own character. Do you take corrections easily? Some of you, correction is like pain. A correction is like an insult to some of you. Grow up, for heaven's sake, mature. That's a evil spirit inside of you. Corrections are supposed to be easing up your spirit, not bringing you down. Another thing is, another attribute is some of you overestimate your personal experience and growth. So you started as maybe a security guard in a company, or maybe your personal life, and then you've grown. Now you're now a supervisor, you became a manager, and all of a sudden, you became a priest fool. You felt like you know enough. You felt like you know too much. Be very careful, because that growth should always come with humility. There's one guy, I actually saw him recently again. Every time I see him, maybe once or two times in 5 years. It's always in the entire since I've been with him. After there's been some gap, I've seen him maybe only 5 times in about 8 years. This guy, every time, there was a time he saw me in the mall, he goes flat. I'm like, stop doing this thing. I don't like it. It's embarrassing. This bowing down and everything. He said, sir, I am not bowing down to you. I am bowing down to what you have made me become. This guy is a billionaire. I'm talking about a billionaire. He's doing that to remind himself that what would be me if pride and ego gets on top of me and I forgot who made me. Be very careful. Be very careful that your growth does not turn you to, I know too well now. I think I know it all now. Because that's what growth does to some people. Be very, very, use something. Like that guy, that's a very wise thing. Even as much as I don't like it. But he's using that thing to checkmate himself. So you yourself, use something to checkmate your success. I said it to my late governor. I said it to people around me. Some of you in this room can bear witness. I say, may I be cursed the day I speak against him. He's late now. I placed a curse ahead of my life just to scare me from ever getting so much ego against a man that was a mentor to me. Some of you need to guide your thoughts and guide your actions and protect your life with some boundaries. For example, that I gave you, like the example I gave you earlier. Another attribute is some of you disregard instructions or guidance. Oh, it's fine. Or they'll give you an instruction. I don't need to follow it. I already know the shortcut. A priest fool. Those instructions, they're given for a reason. Follow them. You prefer to work on your own assumptions. I just assumed that. I thought I said this and this was this. And then you neglect instructions. Be very careful. Very, very careful. Some of us, another attribute is settling in the comfort zones. Like I gave you an example about the leaders who are comfortable with some tools, or with some followers, they are comfortable with some routines and their office. I'll give you an example. Some people will believe that I don't need to change anything in my company because of the position I carry. A priest fall. I'm not the boss, so even if anything is going wrong, I really don't need to do anything. I'm not the one that's supposed to generate all the revenue. I'm just a cleaner. Or no, this is my department. I don't need to make sure everything goes well. I don't need to make sure everything grows. I just focus on myself. You are settling into a comfort zone of a follower. And in this case, a foolish follower. Be very careful. Another attribute is speaking against leadership behind closed doors. He said a subtle dishonor grows into internal sabotage. Be very, very careful. I didn't really insult my boss. I didn't really insult my mentor. I didn't really insult my father. I just said one or two things. It was just small. Be very, very careful. Those subtle statements that you are making are what becomes sabotage. It can turn into something else that can destroy an entire institution. You feel like, no, you know better than them, so then your own, you will never sell it in openly. It's in the private, in the back door. You call the next person. Do you understand? You are always poisoning. You are always feeding negativity. A priest fool. You've been so foolish. You thought you were wise. And some of us don't have personal accountability. Like I said, since I'm a follower, I don't need to be accountable for anything. I just come to work, I come to the office, and that's all I can give to them. There's no personal accountability. Like, you know what? I'm actually being paid here. What am I giving back? What is the value I'm bringing on board? I'm actually being given this appointment. What is the value I'm bringing on board? I'm actually being trusted with this position. What is the value? No personal accountability. Somebody must sit you down every time to talk to you. You've never spoken to yourself. You are an A-priest fool. And maybe I should add this one. Another attribute is being a silent critic and not a supportive builder. Some of you are in associations. They'll be doing some things in associations. Only you. Always only you. You won't support. They are doing something in your estate where you even live. Only you. You won't support. You think you were smart. You are an A-priest fool. You are an A-priest fool. In your church, people will post, they will write it, we're going to church in our mosque. They will like, how does, in your mind, you were thinking that you're the one smart. I can't be posting my personal page. I will be posting my personal page. But you are going to that religious home for religious feeding. May you be the place you are supposed to go for blessing, not be a curse on your head. I pray for you. Be careful. Today you hear the truth about yourself. But if you want that victory, if you want to be cured, the first thing is to acknowledge, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for where I've been foolish. I'm sorry for where I've let go. I'm sorry for where I've been an idiot. I'm sorry for where I've been arrogant. I'm sorry for where I've been full of pride and ego, where I thought I know too much. Because John Maxwell said that the greatest enemy of learning is knowing. So I would rather act like I know nothing, so as to know something. Are you with me? If you are with me and you feel that something has touched your heart today, should we make a confession together? Put your hand on your chest and for the first time, just speak it to yourself and say, you know what? I am sorry to myself. You need to say, I'm sorry to myself. I am sorry. I am sorry to myself. I am sorry to everyone I've been arrogant to. I am sorry to everyone where I've showed too much pride and too much ego. And now, make these confessions. Start by saying, I know nothing. Say it. I know nothing. I am not a finished product. I am a student of growth. I welcome corrections because it refines me. I silence the noise of pride and I break the curse of experience. I choose humility over hype. From now on, I ask questions and I seek wisdom. I let go of what I knew to embrace what I need to know. I am not a priest fool. I am a priest learner. My name is Smart Francis, and I'm nothing without a God. Thank you very much.